Hello, my name is Kevin and welcome to the Love Decanters channel. So, what's this video about? Yes, so about 15 months ago I did a video called Capstan Glasses, I think. And it was about glasses like this one here. Can you see? Is it focusing? Just make sure it's focusing. Where it's got a bit of, it's not really a capstan because it's got this bladed knob in the middle. Yeah, so you see them like this with little collar at the bottom of the foot. You'll try, and also there's ones like this with the little bucket bowl ones. This one's a deceptive, but yeah, just like this, still with the same little bladed knob in the middle. And I'll show you one more. This one here, which is again is that thing with the collar here, bladed knob. Yep. Anyway, so what I'd done for the video that I did 15 months ago, I'd gone through, I knew that they appeared in various books, so I spent several hours ploughing through all my old books, trying to find reference for them, and I found catalogue references for them. And the earliest one I think was 1811, and the latest one was 1855, which was actually in the Whitefriars Museum of London book. So I will put a link on the end of this video to that old video in case you want to go back to it. However, since then things have changed. So believe it or not, I spend quite a lot of time ploughing through catalogues, quite often looking for things, sometimes just it's a pastime, you know how it is. There's lots of online catalogues to look at, and I've made a bit of a list, and yeah, I found more, and unfortunately they're not in the UK, and it appears that about the time they were stopped being made in the UK, they start being made elsewhere. Yes. And I think I might have mentioned this because to me, at the time that I was writing that, you frequently see some and you pick it up and you'd ping it and it wouldn't ring because it wouldn't be lead crystal. And there's a lot of French ones that are late that are not lead crystal, because I know I've been to France, I picked them and gone pink, and they just, yeah. And I know that I now know they were being made in France pre-war. So like this is a crystal one. Can you hear that? Hang on, putting it on a microphone. Isn't that lovely? This one actually doesn't ring because it's a deceptive. It's got a really thick bond, so it just won't, because it's just like a solid chunk of glass and you can't get that to ring. But it is a deceptive, so yeah, it won't. Yeah, theoretically, lead crystal rings and soda glass doesn't, but you can't get a block of lead glass to ring, and at some point something's going to be so thick that it just won't. Okay, so just take that thought in when you're doing that little test. Some things won't ring because they're just so solid. Anyway, back to the story. So I've been going through things and I started to see that actually about the time that they were stopping being made in the UK, I'm finding references for them being made in other countries. Yes, and in fact, in the last video I showed you, there was the Swedish glass one. They had one, a bit of catalogue from Val St Lambert from 1855, had those glasses in, as well as a Regimere one from, I think, from 1872, if I remember rightly, that also had it in. So we'll start by looking at that, and then I'm going to go on a shocking tour of catalogues. And this isn't even, how can I say this? This is not going to be an exhaustive list, but it's going to be bad enough to know that trusting, when people, I previously said, oh yeah, these are like 1820s or whatever. Yeah, it's not quite trustworthy. Not quite trustworthy, because everybody and his brother was making them in Europe. post that right up to, I think, but I've seen them up to the 1920s. So yes, so that's 70 years later than I thought. Not good at all. But I thought I need to show you this, just to, you know, I got disillusioned. You too should be disillusioned. Yes, I can't not share that. So let's get on. We'll start by looking at the bit of catalogue that I was looking at last night. Well, the book, the page that I photographed out of the book. We'll have a look at that first, and then we'll plough on through some catalogues, and just for me to thoroughly depress you into thinking, oh, maybe I don't have an odd glass after all. There's still, I would love there to be a name for these glasses with this little, you know, bladed knop, because they're all of a type. So this one, the collar is kind of like tucked underneath. So it is like a three-part glass. So you've got the bowl, the stem with the bladed knop, and it's got like a collar at the bottom. So if you take the bladed knop out, it'd be like a capstan stem, but it does have bladed knop. And then the foot. So they're all three parts. Like this one's the same. Look, can you see? So if you took that out, it'd be like a little capstan, but it's a bit thinner. But it's yeah. There's no proper name for them. That's why I call them capstan stems, because they're capstans with bladed knop in them. But they're not, are they? Aren't they? Anyway, you know, you could, if it was a capstan, is like a thing that you tie your rope onto, and you could tie two ropes because you've got two places. Anyway, no, sorry, I'm going off on one now. So anyway, let's get on and have a look at what I was looking at, and yeah, so let's get going. So here we are, the page out of the book, Svenska Glass, and so this is the bit where it's telling you page out of Val St. Lambert catalogue 1855, and the regimers, Priscurrent prices, I think 1872. So if you see, actually this is in Swedish, and then these are in French. Val St. Lambert is actually in Belgium, so you've got two countries, and you've got them 17 years apart, I think, here. I think, yes. Anyway, so you've got, this is the Val St. Lambert, and if you look here, there's a glass there that's a bit like the one I was holding up. There's another one like the one I was holding up a little bit. So yeah, and then you've got sort of like tall, slim ones. Another one there. You can see, in fact, that's closer to what I was holding up earlier. So you can see that 1855, these are in full flow. When I was looking at the Whitefriars book, it had catalogues from 1855, and by then this type of glass was fading. There was like one example, I think maybe two. By 1860 it was gone completely, but here it is in full, you know, this kind of like little panel glasses like this. And in 1872, Regimir in Sweden is still doing them. Whether Val St. Lambert's still doing them or not, I don't know, but they were doing them at about the time that they were going out in full force. It looks like at the time they were going out of fashion in the UK, and this looks like it's a bit like they're copying, doesn't it, some of it? But anyway, yeah, you've got these ones here, this one here, this one here. So that's what I've got in the book. So let's go away now and have a look at some other catalogues that I have. Going forward a little bit of time with Regimir, 1860. And you can see they've still got all the same glasses, so nothing's changed. You've got this one, it's just laid out differently. This one, this one down here, and another one. You've got one with panels cut, one without. So you can see, yeah, they're still doing these glasses. I think that, no, it's not. But this style, whole style of glass, they're still doing it. So yeah, we're in Sweden. We're only 5 years after 1855. As I said, 1860 in the Whitefriars catalogue. This type of glass is dead. So now we're looking at the Edda catalogue for 1862, and there you go, the little bucket one, then you've got the little funnel shaped one or conical one, then you've got the champagne one. It's all the same. There's more of the type down here, but they've got plain ones here as well. So yeah, 1862, this is Edda, a different glass manufacturer in Sweden. Now looking at a catalogue for Hovmantorp. Hovmantorp Glassbrook here, you can see. Don't have a year for this. There's a lot of handwriting in here. It looks very Victorian, the writing. But here we've got little bucket ones here, and we've got a nice conical funnel one here. So yeah, these glasses are still going, and you can see they've got like related patterns as well, but with the bladed knop and everything. So still going with these. So here I've got the catalogue for Costa for 1896, and here we go. There's a little glass here, and we've got the champagne equivalent. And if I go down a little bit, these look like they're fully panelled though, but this is the same kind of funnel bowled glass with the little knops as well. So yep, keep going, you say. Here we've got a catalogue for Johann Fors for 1913, and you've got one here. Well, this one seems to be, I don't know if that's Rythen or panelled, or it's cut, I don't know. And then they've got another little bucket bowl here. So it does look like it's fading a little bit on this one, but we've got another one to do. So this is the export catalogue for 1922 for Christbol. They're from Stockholm. And yeah, so what's worse is that these are fancier glasses. Can you see, with a little fine hobnails round in a band here? But it is this type of glass. The pitch is better because we're up to 1922. And then we've got these even fancier ones here. And I'm sure I've seen these, and they're from 1922, and I'm sure I've seen them sold as Regency. So, and they look very Regency. Yeah. Oh, they've even got big ones. So, yeah, very worrying. So, let's be done with Sweden, and we'll have a quick look at a couple of other countries. We've seen Belgium. We'll do some French and German, and then wrap up. So I couldn't find the original French one I was looking for, but I found this one. So this is Valerie's Thal from 1907. And here are our glasses. We've got the little bucket one here, and the little conical one. And we've got some tall ones which are fully panelled as well, a bit like some of the Scandinavian ones we've seen. So this is from 1907. I'm not going to keep looking at French ones, looking for the other ones that I saw. But there are other factories still making these glasses in France. We're looking at the Brockvitz catalogue from 1921. Yep, got that right. And we've got these two glasses here. This one's called an Anglaise, so they're copying an English glass, and a Wellington, which are obviously, yeah. So, yeah, what's happened here is that Glass Musterbuch has rebuilt their website, and yeah, the catalogues are kind of arranged like this now. It used to be a list, and I used to know vaguely where on the list things were. And there is a catalogue from 1924 with the glasses in, but obviously this is a rearrangement of, so this is the German ones. So these are all the German companies they've got, and it's quite a task to go through. So I found that one quite quickly. So there you go. There's one from Germany. There is another one from at least one other doing them from 1924. I bet you there's probably 3 or 4 others in there if I was to start going through. Because if you go into like, some of them have just got like one catalogue. Let's click this one. One catalogue. No. Anyway, but some of them have got several, and then you start off. So the Brockfits, yeah, loads. Anyway, so there you go. So you've seen catalogues with those types of glasses in post 1855, from France, Belgium, Germany, and Sweden. And you've seen them right up into the 1920s. So that's not good if you're thinking, yeah, these are all Regency, William IV glasses, etc. There's a reasonable chance that what you're picking up might not be, especially as I think they were exporting them to the UK. I could go and get something else out and prove other things, but yeah, it's not a good dating system anymore. It's just not, how can I say, sustainable to say that it's in the UK, it's lead crystal, and it's from this date. So there you have it. You think you're an expert in something, and then you found something, and you pull the string, and you keep pulling, and it just all unravels before your very eyes. Yeah, I've spent hours going through those catalogues trying to. I knew they were there because I'd seen a few, but once you start really looking for them, there's loads. There's loads. I don't know how many companies were making those types of glasses. There were probably lots of them in the UK up until 1850s, maybe 60s, but yes, seems like lots of countries, and there are, if you go in the Glas Musterbusch website, there are, how many countries are there on there? Belgium, Czech, Bulgaria, Denmark, France, yeah, Yugoslavia, Netherlands, Austria. Yeah, there's loads of countries. So I'm sure if I was to start going through the other countries as well, I would find even more. It seemed like it was a popular form of glass in Europe. So it is what it is. So the two websites I got those catalogues from were the Bergala Glastechnica one, which is for a Swedish glass, and the Glasmusterbusch.de, which is a German one, but it has international catalogues. And I'll give you the links to those in the description below. And I think that's it really. So thank you for watching. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Bearer of tidings. Bad tidings, I think, is the word I'm thinking of. And yeah, thank you for watching. And yeah, please remember to like and subscribe. Yes, there was something else. Please remember to like and subscribe. And have a good night. Good night.